So what would I do down there with the 29th pick? I might move down and get multiple twos. Moving up in the draft, it would have to be an edge rusher that I fall in love with, that I really love. And you could get a quality kid down there because when you're down at that end of the draft, you're getting best player down there. You ever notice? Check it out. Think about this for a second before we bring Zander on. Lions, Kansas City, the Bills, and the Eagles are the last four teams. Those teams are the teams that are the best teams in the league. But you know what they also are? They're the teams that are hitting in their draft. Lions, Chiefs, Bills, and Eagles. Right? How come those teams are getting it right? And you look at the top four teams, Jags, Giants, Raiders, Patriots. What are they not doing? They're not getting the draft right. And that's why they're picking every year there. Okay? All right. Holy cow. Zander Krause's career reminds me so much of how he's talking about his Eagles. Man, the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. We're going to be down Broad Street drinking brewskis, climbing grease poles. How you doing? We're going to be back there doing all that. I mean, my God, on November 27th, let's start celebrating fucking right now. Holy shit. I kicked Sileo's ass so bad yesterday. He has a bloody nose for 24 hours. I was like, how do I have a bloody nose when you haven't accomplished dick yet? What have you done right now that makes you go, well, hey, we're a Super Bowl team. What have you done? Help me. Help me to help you. All right. All that being said, the delusional one, our friend, the man, the myth, the legend, the co-host, and the rising star in broadcasting, our friend, Big Z, Zander Krause.
What's going on, Big Sills?
How you doing there, Mr. Delusional?
I'm doing great. I want to, before we get into our Eagles topics, hope you're recovering from yesterday. I know it was a tough day in the Sileo household, but I do want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. You know, Big Sills, everybody has their sandbox in life where, you know, whether it's their family or their job or whatever, this is our sandbox. This is my sandbox, at least. It's you, it's John, it's all the people of JAKIB Nation, and it's my family. So you guys are the people I'm most thankful for alongside my family. So I can't thank everybody enough. And a big happy Thanksgiving to you, Big Sills, to your family, to everybody in the chat, and everybody that supports JAKIB Nation, even the haters and the losers.
Hey, I'll say this to you, okay? And I'll say this, and then we'll move on. And I'm going to punch you in the nuts after this when I say this.
Oh, God.
You guys saved my career. Happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate it very much. And, you know, nobody believes in Big Sills, and they're afraid of me beyond any – you know why now they're afraid of me. So I get it, okay? But thank you to you and your dad.
Yeah, you're the best, dude. We fucking love Big Sills. So every time one of you knuckleheads drops me a comment to fire Big Sills, I add an extra 0 to the end of the contract, all right?
By the way, enough of that. Now I'm going to kick you in the nuts. Why do you think you fucking won yesterday? Where are you coming off with that?
We're going to let me paint a picture for everybody. The date will be February. What's the Super Bowl date this year? February 5th?
February 7th or 8th or something like that.
Okay, so the date will be February 9th or 10th.
Yeah, like that.
We'll be parading down Broad Street.
Right.
And Big Sills will be on YouTube talking to 38 people. No! That's what Big Sills is going to be doing at the end of the year.
Have I been wrong every year I've been on this network and how your season will end?
You've been correct every year. But I told you on the post-game show when you got your pennies in a tiff, this has been your worst year yet. And it has.
How can it be my worst year, November 27th, when things still have to play out? You were telling me the same. You were telling me the same shit a year ago when you were 10-1, Junior.
We got a lot of football left. You ain't wrong about that. No,
How
no
about, hey,
doubt.
you guys were bringing something up, though, this morning, and I don't remember. I think it was the Guild dude that was on with you. Do you believe they're having issues right now replacing Brandon Graham, not just as a leader, but do you think they're really sitting back? And how does John and how does everyone think they're going to compensate? Dude, he wasn't just a rotation guy. He was a centerpiece on what was turning into really a nice season. Like, would we not really look at it and go, he could have easily ended up with like 7 sacks this year?
Easily, yeah. And the production or the impact on the game would have been bigger than what the 7 sacks would have insinuated. He was playing a lot of reps and he was very productive. He could set the edge. Now, I'm not going to be delusional here. Josh Sweat's our number 1 edge rusher. So we still have him. We're still in good shape with that. But yeah, it's an uphill battle right now. I mean, you're relying on Nolan Smith, who, if we're calling a spade as fans, he's been pretty underwhelming. It's early in his career. I'm not writing him off yet. We wrote him off a little too soon early this year. Both of us, me and you both, when I was like, what the F is that dude? He's come along a little bit. Now, this is a different question. And John brought up a good point this morning. He's like, now they're going to game plan for Nolan Smith. Like, when you're the best guy off the bench, nobody's game planning for you. You can get around a guy every once in a while. Now you're in a game plan now. Like, people know.
Oh, no, you're in the bullseye.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, look, it's tough to replace, but what I don't think we're going to have to replace, and this is more of a testament to the player than anything, is the leadership. Because, John McMullen was down at NovaCare today, and he put up a picture on Twitter. There's BG right out in the middle of practice, standing in between all the play. I don't think you're going to lose that. And BG is not the type of guy that's checking out. He's going to be at the facility just as much now as he was a week ago. And he'll still continue to lead this football team, be a mentor for the young players. And you know what? I bet you he'll be talking to Nolan Smith and those guys in between series. Like, this is what I'm seeing. I think he's going to be the leader.
I don't know how the NFL handles players on IR being on the sidelines, though. I don't know if there's a rule if you're on IR, if you can be on the sideline. So I don't know how they're going to handle that. I still think that that's a tough putt leading from the sidelines. But again, where you're right, we're not talking about a 6-year guy. We're talking about a 15-year guy who's built up this gigantic box of equity.
Yeah.
Where you're going to be able to look over at that guy where he's seen it, done it, been there. He's been through adversity. He's been through ups and downs in his career. I mean, dude, if you really want to know an NFL career, how about this? His first 5 years, they thought he stunk and he was a bust. The back end of that career, the last 10, he's turned out to be an Eagle Hall of Fame player. I mean, you can't have it and you can't put a premium on it. Did you hear what Vic said today? He goes like this. He goes, I don't want him to end like this. And I want him back. And the guys go like this. Have you talked to him about it yet? He goes, no, not yet, but I plan on it.
I thought that was great comment.
You know how fucking amazing that is, that you have a 36-year-old guy and your coordinator and your head coach, your GM and your owner are inviting you back after an injury at 36. Dude, that is I'm so jealous.
Yeah, there's very few people who reserve that, who earn that privilege. There's very few players in Eagle history. And now I'm not the owner of the damn team, but if I was the owner of the team, and this is how I feel about it, and I don't give a shit who differs, because we had a lot of people before the season who were like, why'd we bring back Brandon Graham?
Me too.
We need that roster spot. When I look at Brandon Graham, I give him whenever you want to hang him up, you let me know. But until then, you got a contract and you got a spot in Philly.
So
I think he has that meaning though to this city. And look at like, I think they've learned from the past. Why did we let Brian Dawkins go at the end of his career? What, to save a few peanuts? To get a practice squad guy on the 53 man?
Or Shady.
Stupid. Huh? Yeah, right. Players like that. And I don't even think they're on BG's level. I think Dawkins was. I don't think Shady was on BG's level. I think BG is in rarefied air as an Eagles member, and I would let him come back as many times as he wants. I thought what Vic said today was pretty cool.
What I liked also is that, they kind of gave him the same exit pass that they gave Jason Kelce. Hey, you want to come back or not?
Right.
It's up to you. I mean,
yeah, but I almost feel like Nah, they didn't force Kelsey up, but they did
No,
kind of draft his replacement, and he was waiting in the wings for a couple of years.
I'll tell you what. Well, I got a feeling next year they're probably going to draft this coming draft. They're going to draft an
Yeah,
edge
they're
guy.
gonna,
That's
and they
going to
kind of
be
already
his
did. I mean, they
replacement.
spent a first on Nolan Smith.
Yeah,
Cam Jurgens was what, a second rounder?
Cam Jurgens is a
Yeah,
second
so
rounder.
so
Absolutely.
they've invested some equity on the defensive end position. Now it's a deeper position. You need 4 or 5 of those guys. You don't need 4 or 5 centers, obviously. So it's a different scenario. But yeah, I love BG, man. He means a lot to this team and to this city for sure. He is the pin. Sills, would you agree? He's the pinnacle of what you'd want any Eagle player that comes to this city to be, right? I
Yep.
mean, the way he
Yep.
embraces the city, the way he cares for the city,
Yep.
the way he leads the football team, the way he trash talks, the way he plays the game, he leaves it all out in the field every single time. Yeah, he's a legend, man. He might be my all-time favorite Eagle because he's been in more of my era,
I almost respect his game more than Kelsey's game because, and I'll tell you why. I'm not saying he's better, and I'll tell you why. It's because of the journey he's been on. He was considered a bust his first couple of years. They hung tight with him. He rewarded them with good play. He had one of the greatest plays in the history of the Super Bowl. That strip sack that he had on Brady.
Yep,
People
couple minutes
always
left in the
remember.
Super Bowl. Yep.
I mean, that's the kind of guy. Again, you know what? He's not a Hall of Fame NFL guy, but I'll tell you what he is. He's a Hall of Fame person, and all of the things put together is pretty remarkable of a career. And for them to say that they want him back, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what Howie does. I think Howie knows though.
I want him to come back too.
Yeah, I think he will. Now, how productive will he be next year after coming off an injury like that? I don't know. I feel like he'll still be. Yeah, I don't either. That was my point about what I said. I don't give a shit what he is.
I'm going to give a hall seat. I'm going to give a hall chair out to him because you know why?
Yeah.
He's earned the benefit of the doubt.
Agreed. No doubt about it. Like I said, he might be my favorite Eagle of all time. Because, a lot of people are Dawkins or, and they've watched Eagle football longer than me. I'm 26 years old. Brandon Graham's been in Philly for how long? 15 years. 15 years. Since I was 11 years old, when I turned on the Eagles, Brandon Graham was making plays, and then the Super Bowl and all those things and what he's turned out to be. And even since the Super Bowl he might be my favorite Eagle of all time. I know him as a person too. He's just a tremendous dude.
I'm biased, so I can't ever not have my favorite Eagle. Everyone knows my favorite Eagle of all time. So that's gonna,
Jerome.
Yeah, I can't. It just is not gonna happen. But
no, that's fine. Yeah,
I got it here. All right, let's get now to one of my favorite topics here. Who would you think has the advantage of the duos heading into this game? Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, or Jalen Hurts and Barkley? Hey, by the way, that's not as out of hand if you went either way. That's not that out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love our duo, and I ain't picking against them on any day, but specifically for this question, it's a weighted question because I'll take Saquon over Henry, but the quarterback's the most important guy. And you're talking about a guy who's got 27 touchdown passes to 3 picks. He's got over 3,000 passing yards, and he's the best runner in the league as a quarterback.
The quarterback is 9-2.
It's hard to pick against Lamar Jackson.
The quarterback is 9-2.
My quarterback, I know. Yeah. I know what he is. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. You're not asking though. You're asking Saquon and Jalen or Lamar and Derrick.
Well, who has the advantage?
I think you got to go Lamar because Lamar. I mean, look, Lamar is. He's going to go down. Even if he wins nothing, he's going to go down as one of the most transcendent talents ever in NFL history, and especially because think about the timing where. Vic was great and Randall was great. And there was a lot of dual threat quarterbacks who came before, but this is really the moment where there's a sea change happening in the NFL. And he's been the spearhead of that. Huh?
One of those two has to win to change the narrative though.
I agree. But
you could Lamar's throw Allen in there with those two. You could theoretically put Allen, Hurts, and Lamar in that room of running style, throwing guy. That you have to eventually cross the finish line because Zander, all the pocket guys are winning.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys have to. Now, again, you want to hear something about your boy Zach Bond? He's rated the 4th best backer in the league right now.
Which means he's getting a big paycheck, right?
Okay. But after this game, this weekend, If you're Howie, don't you offer him? I mean, look, like I said, Marcus Hayes says that he doesn't believe they're going to offer him a contract. He's the fourth best linebacker.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
Now he did put an asterisk on that by saying, "Hey, they gave Barkley money."
Yeah, and I would get him signed. I think it's a no brainer. I mean, at what point do you look at this team? I'd pay him whatever. I'd pay him whatever a little bit under what the going market is.
You pay him north of 12.
I think 12 would probably be my ceiling, but I think that's going to be the ceiling in the league too. I know he's playing really good, but remember, this is only 1 year, so you can't he's not going to go in and demand Patrick Queen money or something, because those guys have done it since they've been in the league. That's not, teams are going to dock him for that a little bit. And, in the new system, how good is he going to be? I think 10 to 12 is the number, and I think Howie will jump out ahead of it, similar to A.J. Brown. You think A.J. Brown didn't know he could have got 36 like CD? He knew that. He took 32. It's the same thing. Pay the premium early, get Zach under contract, give him a fair number though. Don't make the guy feel like shit because he missed out on $20 million. I think that would be bullshit. And I wouldn't be pissed at Zach if he left doing that. Right. So give him the right number, but the guy has totally changed our defense around. If you can't see that as Howie, you got bigger problems. I mean, you got to be able to recognize what having good linebackers has done for this team. And by the way, Nakobe Dean has been excellent this year in terms of what we were expecting. And that's one of the bigger reasons as well that this defense is so above what our expectations were.
Playing next to him.
What's that?
I think he's benefited from the guy playing next to him.
No doubt. But yeah, I do think it's a two-way street. I mean,
but he has.
Yeah, he's not been an all-pro, but he's been solid. He's been very good.
Well, he's been north of solid.
Yeah, he's been upper. He's getting up there. He's getting better, and he's a young player too. By the way, he's only his third year in the league, and he's a smaller dude. He looks like he put on some weight, which is good. In the NFL, you gotta bulk up a little bit. So, I think we're in a good spot with both those linebackers, man. I would, for the sake of continuity, you got to get them under contract. I mean, how much? Why do we? We don't want a revolving door there. It's one thing when you have Zach Cunningham and you have a revolving door. You don't want to move on from these two dudes. And by the way, I think Zach Bond fits the mold of what Howie wants there more than like a guy like TJ Edwards did. Because TJ Edwards was a tackle machine, but he wasn't a very versatile backer at all. No. He was a stockier dude who didn't move as well, was not good in coverage.
Passer better too.
Exactly. This guy's fast. He's good, decent in coverage. He's great. He's a good all-around linebacker. He does everything well, and he's a Swiss Army knife for Vic when he needs to be. So I think he checks just more boxes. And if I'm Howie, I'm getting the deal done. I mean, you got money to play with. Eventually, how much more money are we going to spend on our offense? Seriously. The running back is done. The quarterback's done. The wide receivers are done. The tight end's done. The tackles are done. Like, where are we investing more money?
So you're letting Becton walk then?
See, this is a tough one because how big of a reason, and John's telling me it's bigger than most are thinking, Becton's been really good this year. Really good. Brilliant. And he's a big part of the reason that when you see Saquon Barkley hit a hole in the B gap, or what's the B? Is that the B gap over there on the right side? Yeah. And he goes 70 to the house. That's because big boy Mekhi Becton is moving
people off the ball the way he moves people.
No, it's crazy. So I think they're going to get him. Look,
Zander, he's going to make the Pro Bowl at that position.
Yeah, he will, and that means he's going to earn a lot of money. But boy, it does seem like he's loving playing in Philly. I don't know. Remember Becton's in a different situation than Zach Bond. Zach Bond though was an undrafted guy. So what was he making in his or was he drafted or late rounds? I thought he was undrafted, Zach Bond.
I thought he was a late pick, if not.
Yeah, but my point is Becton went round 1. So I'm not saying he's not going to care about the money, but he's also been paid. His family's taken care of. He's in a good spot in terms. Zach Bond was making a couple hundred G's.
I might take an escalator if I'm Becton, because my question would be, what are your plans with me? Or your plans? Right guards don't make a ton of money, dude. Left guards do.
Dickerson's making 20. Yeah, well, that's left.
He's the left side over there, okay? So we're talking about a guy making probably around $12 to $15 million over there if you went on the open market. Remember something. Lane makes $28 million, okay? He makes $28 million, Lane. So how many more years has Lane got? 2? Are you going to move me out wide? And are you going to go out there?
I don't know. Do you think they're going to move Becton out wide? I don't know if they're going to.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I mean, if I got Jeff Stoutland, you could
Exactly.
put me. Hey, you could make me a wide receiver. That guy's so talented. That's how good he is. I think that's going to be a very interesting point to make here. Hey, a couple more for you here before we get you out of here.
I'm good, by the way. I don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have. I'm
How
not.
about this one here? Vic Fangio said something that blew my doors off. By the way, all super chats will be read at the end, I promise. So since 86, 87, 88, he said that passing game has only increased in the NFL 4%. I was fucking blown away with that because I thought that number was like 18 to 22% more passes. However, I think what that shows you is that 4% has revolutionized the entire league. The positions of wide receivers, it changed the pay scale there. It diminished the running back pay.
Yeah.
It changed it into a passing league. You have higher scoring, all based off of 4%. So when people go like this, well, this is going to change the league. Dude, 4%, the league is a different league than it was 25, 30 years ago, is utterly insane. You made, of all your dumbass comments and all your stupid ass fucking takes, you're probably your best one of them all was this. Hey, Sills, do you think that the league is starting to go back to running the football? Because I'll tell you what, would you not agree that there's been more sensational performances by runners this year than by the quarterbacks in the league?
Yeah. And to answer the wide receiver, why they're paid more, you got to remember there's other factors in that too than importance. Well, their TV, they make good TV in terms of their play. I'm just saying, people love that shit,
Yeah, they're Kardashians.
Yeah, but that's part of it. That's part of why they're making. You ask why they're making more than running backs. Well, running backs are more of your grinded out guys in the middle. But Big Sills, what happened to you overnight? I mean, if you shave your face, you got this nice fresh look, looking like a fresh Italian man. By the way, I like it. It looking good, Sills. But now all of a sudden you're making some sense here. You sounded like Big Z yesterday. Did you drink the Big Z potion overnight?
The Big Z potion, yeah. Okay, the Big Z.
Look at African Surf.
I'm about ready to fucking throw up.
Look at African Surf. Just got here. Who's this young guy debating Zander? I love it.
Young guy. Jesus Christ.
It's a compliment, Sills. Take it or leave it.
Hey, do you believe they're going to attack the Ravens? They're going to attack these edges on Sunday.
The Ravens attack our edges?
Yes.
Well, yeah, what would you do? You got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. I'm running around Jalen Carter, and I'm trying to find the.
What do you make of the Ravens 3-point favorites in this?
Well, it's 2.5. It's a push because it's in Baltimore. So, I mean, most times the home teams are getting 3 points. It's a 2.5-point favorite right now, 3 points, depending on what book you shop. But it's a push. I mean, I think that's fair. I think the Ravens team is the best team that's 8-4. I don't know if there's any other teams, but I mean, in that ballpark, I don't think they should have 4 losses. I think they're a better roster than that.
That Cleveland loss, I don't get it.
Yeah, the Cleveland loss is brutal. Even the Pittsburgh loss, I thought they should have won that game. Yeah, I think they had a couple bad losses, but I got no issue with the spread. I think that's appropriate. I mean, you're in, you're playing at the M&T Bank.
Should be a 6-point spread as far as I'm concerned. But hey,
yeah, why is that?
Oh, because I think Baltimore's good.
Okay, yeah, let's say.
Okay, hey, okay, let's see. All right, tough guy.
The Rams are gonna win. Sean McVay says the Commanders are gonna win. All right, dude. Add it to the list of L's this year for Big Sills. Okay. Dude, you need the new year to come. You need to get the hell out of 2024.
Are you ready for this, my friends? It ends in the divisional round. All right. Let's read the supers, my dear friend.
Big Sills needs to get the hell out of 2024. This dude is struggling.
Yeah, right. Okay. We'll be right in the end, as we always are.
Other teams.
What Big Sills is? I'm a finish line guy. I'm unlike Zander, half a race. Hey, we won. It's half a race. It's half a race, everyone.
As M. Reyes would say, it's a special season right now. Abe, other teams can't utilize Becton like Stout. See, I agree with that. I think Becton might even know that.
And to your point, Does Becton go to another place with a shitty O-line coach and you go there
Yeah,
and
right.
on your face like the Jets again?
And go
Do
through
you
the
want
same.
to do that?
Exactly, the same bullshit. Wait, have you ever seen Mekhi Becton's chain that he wears?
No.
Oh, dude, I gotta show you it. It's epic. The big ticket, it says. I love it, dude. Look at that thing.
I love that shit, man.
Look at that thing, dude. Isn't that sick? I saw that on the other day on Twitter, and I'm like, I
Holy
gotta
cow!
see
I
that
think I
picture.
saw something like that down at the Hialeah flea market.
Yeah, McMullen says he saw that sucker in person. That thing looks good in person too. Sure, that thing's got some bling on it, but I love that chain. Yeah, we'll say.
I
Abe,
like
the
that
big ticket.
big ticket.
Yeah, it's a good nickname for him.
Yeah.
Big C checks in. Big C, thanks. I think you became a member earlier today. Thank you, brother. Sills, why not front load Bond's contract? That's what Howie will do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Howie
So
will do.
so the cap hits aren't high. Yes, that's what
Yeah,
they'll
he
do.
always does that. He'll do that. And that's a credit to Lurie for sure. Jason Gates, do the Birds call JPP, Jason Pierre Paul? Happy Thanksgiving. Jason, happy Thanksgiving.
No, they don't do that. And they don't call Jason Pierre Three Fingers. No, thank
Yeah,
you.
what's up with people in fireworks? Why can't people figure out how to just not mess
Stay away
with
from that
fireworks?
shit. Just stay away from it.
Me too. Yeah, you and me both, dog.
Hey,
if there's a
so I'm
fireworks show,
walking
I'll
around.
watch, but I'm gonna stand 100 yards away.
This is how I sign my contract now on. If I'm Jason Pierre Paul, look.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know. Can he still play? I don't know, Jason.
No, I'm not
We're throwing a lot of darts. You know,
I'm not interested in that.
I'm a little nervous about what's happening though with the injuries. I mean,
Yeah.
if
Well,
we get another, you
see
get
what
another
happens.
injury on defense, you might be in some trouble. So we'll see though. I think we're in an all right spot right now, but we definitely got to keep it up. All right, that's all the supers.
All right,
Oh
man.
wait, no, we got more. We got new ones. Twiz says, "You ready for after Sunday? Sills, the number 1 jersey going to look good on you."
Number 1 jersey. Who wears number 1?
Twiz thinks I'm buying you a Jalen Hurts jersey.
Hey, Twiz. Who's? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The average quarterback. I forgot. That's right. Mr. Hurts. Tyrod Hurts.
Oh, I didn't notice that's your profile pic, Flex. He said that's why he's my profile pic. They look at a big ticket, the picture.
Oh, I love that, man. That looks good. All right.
Big C says they could see Becton as lane replacement with Steen. That's fair point.
Playing guard.
I was thinking they probably wouldn't move Becton out there, but
I like
maybe with Steen
too.
Yeah, we'll see about him. I don't know what they're thinking of him. I mean, they obviously, they kept him around. So
yeah, whatever. Hey, you know what week is, Jack? Krause's fucking takes. That's what's weak. Go ahead.
Dude, you sound like me from yesterday. You must have rewatched that segment and taken notes.
Why would I watch a segment I annihilated you in? Why would I watch a segment like
Oh my God, I destroyed big
doing anything tomorrow?
I destroyed old man Sills so bad he said I got to become a young man again.
Are we doing anything tomorrow?
Yeah, let's do a 30-minute segment, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Good. That doesn't go into my Corona. 7
10 a.m. Eastern. That's 7. Is that too early for you?
No,
You want to do 11?
No. I'm up for that.
7 a.m.?
Yeah. And what do you think I do around here, homeboy? You think I get up at 2 minutes before the show starts? They're ridiculous.
I'm not sure what that. You show up at 59 and then people get on my ass because we're 4 minutes late. I said, you should have told Sills to check in a little earlier.
I'm never late. I'm up.
Back when we first started this show and Sills didn't have so much slack, he used to check in at around 150. Make sure he was ready. Make sure the mic was working. Now it's like 59 and 48 seconds. He comes on and then he's like, wants to talk to me and have a power
background. Zander's like, give me a fucking heads
up.
Like,
yo, asshole, we're on the clock. I'm trying to make some money. Holy shit.
Let me take a timeout. I got to take one timeout. My ass is killing me.
All right, good stuff, everybody. Thank you all. Happy Thanksgiving.
By the way, Zander, happy Thanksgiving, man, for you guys. We'll talk tomorrow. So we're going to do something probably at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll do a little Turkey Day special.
Yeah, we'll do a Turkey Day, getting ready for the games going into that's before the games, right?
Yeah, 10. Yeah, what time are the games tomorrow?
Yeah,
make sure they're early on Thanksgiving. I know that, right?
Yeah, make sure they're before the games. I don't want to do it during the games.
I know you don't, Sileo. Oh my God.
No. I want to have kind of like some people You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're good. 12:30. The first game is
Okay, good.
Eastern,
All right.
so that's That's a what 9:30 your time. Yeah, we'll be good.
I'm hooking you up right here on like how to program, son. I'm here to help.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a helper. By the way, it's a Philly 500 and Holmes awesome.
Yeah, I love them both. I love them
Yep.
both.
Me too.
I actually get a kick out of Mark Holmes' channel. I watch it often. I find myself watching Mark Holmes probably more than I'd like to admit. He's very funny. And when you watch the Cowboys in destruction mode, it's very funny to entertaining. Yeah, to watch a Cowboy fan.
I bet. All right, Zander, let me take a timeout. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks everybody. Appreciate you guys, all you guys.
You guys were awesome. Thank you so much, Zander, very much. Please hit the like button. Keep it here, National Football Show.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.
He's blocked well and tries to cut through the middle. Oh!
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't.